first, we meet the design agency responsible for the look and feel of the America's Cup on TV. The UK has a long association with sailing. After all, the oldest trophy in international sport was crafted in London. But the current absence of a British team in the America's Cup hasn't confined the country's involvement to the past. A leading London creative agency, Designwork, has been given the responsibility of overhauling the brand.
As a branding agency, we help companies communicate their strategy and create further awareness for that company to position themselves a little bit better in the marketplace. So sometimes we come in, we just do an identity, a visual identity, and sometimes it's a bit more strategic in our involvement. So we have to really kind of, nurture their tone of voice and their personality in a way that's unique to them. From the ACEA, they really wanted to create an experience for the fan that was unique. They wanted to make sure that the America's Cup was perceived as being new and exciting, and the changes and modifications that they had made had to come across very quickly. One of those being an extreme sport that was, unlike anything that the sailing community had ever seen before.
Capturing the new extreme sports look on screen would be one of Designwork's first challenges. The agency was tasked with creating the opening title sequence for use in live TV events, as well as America's Cup Uncovered. The first opportunity to film the AC-45s was at the test of the America's Cup World Series in May, just a short time after the company was commissioned to work on the rebranding.
2 weeks later, we were out filming, so in that time we had to create a storyboard. We had to get that signed off. They were testing the boats at the time too, so we only had, even in the day, we had a few hours designated to our filming, and the crew that we had, we were briefing every morning. We'd go through the day's activities from the shot lists that we'd created based on the storyboard. And we talked through some of the more dangerous shots we had where film crews being underwater, make positively sure that what we were doing was as safe as it could be. And then the rest of it was just on the boats, go as fast as you possibly can, and whatever we get kind of thing. As we got closer and realized that just the speed these things were going, we were going, I think, 24 knots at one point in a chase boat, and we couldn't keep up. I mean, they were just gone.
Whilst filming presented its own set of challenges, back in London, turning the raw footage into the finished title sequence was a labor-intensive process. And there was one particular feature Designwork had to get right.
I think probably it was the conversion of filming Auckland and making it appear as though it was actually San Francisco. We would be cutting out effectively the boats and the objects, whether that be sailors or whether that be just foreground imagery. And then placing that into a different environment. All of these background shots are all composites from San Francisco. We got Alcatraz in the background here that we spent quite a lot of time making sure that that was right, with the Golden Gate Bridge. One of the guys actually working on the titles was from San Francisco, and he couldn't tell that the titles weren't shot there, so hopefully we achieved that desired effect.
And while it was mission accomplished with the title sequence, the team must develop the brand across all of the AC World Series activities. From trophies to event signage, to the new TV graphics being developed for San Diego, growing the America's Cup brand is very much an evolving process.
We had the pleasure of going down to Plymouth, and we watched this thing as a spectator, and we were all blown away by it. I mean, I don't know how you can be. This is a lot more action-packed, it's a lot faster, and similar to being on a F1 circuit. It takes your breath away, so we can become a spectator and sit back and watch. There's a few high fives going around, about what we've done. But again, it's an ongoing process, and we're not there yet. There's still a lot more to do, in our opinion. It's definitely something that is an evolution, unlike other brands that we're still learning as we're going. And a lot of the communication that the guys at the ACEA are filtering back through to us is that we're on track, I guess, but there's a lot still to do. So we're excited about the next stages for sure.